The Dodgers win game one of the National League Division Series and they lead the best of five 1-0. What a win. What a game. Unbelievable. The Dodgers do it again. They come back from behind, down 3-0, going into the top of the sixth inning, get a couple guys on. Freddie Freeman, a couple guys get on. Kike Hernandez delivers with a 2 out RBI double to make it 3-2. And then in the top of the seventh inning, get a couple guys on, and Teoscar Hernandez hits a go-ahead 3-run home run, which would be the difference in the game, and the Dodgers go on to win Game 1 5-3. Man, that was a nail-biter, man. Whoo-wee. Um, so many ways that I can go with this to start, but um, I'll start with the hero of the night, Teoscar Hernandez. Today was the ultimate Teoscar Hernandez game this season, where um, we'll go back to the second inning. Phillies get a couple guys on base. Shohei Ohtani's obviously on the mound. JT Realmuto hits a base hit that goes all the way, that splits the gap between center and right field. And from what it looked like, Teoscar Hernandez was just jogging to the baseball, and he literally let it roll all the way to the wall. And Pages had to pick it up, and instead of JT Realmuto hitting a double, he's at third base, and then Harrison Bader hits a sacrifice fly to make it 3-0, and everybody in LA and every Dodger fan, is, including myself, is so upset and pissed off with Teoscar Hernandez because he has been a problem in right field all season long. I don't understand why they just don't put him back in left field, but hey, somehow the Dodgers have been able to survive with him out there. And then hour and a half later, redemption. Redemption. He hits the big 3-run home run off of Matt Strahm in the seventh inning, and the Dodgers go on and win 5-3. But Teoscar Hernandez, man, he's built for these moments. He's built for these moments, and he talks it, but he also backs it up. This is not the first time he has come through in a big moment. He came through a ton in the Dodgers World Series run last year, but specifically Game 3 in San Diego, hit a grand slam when the Dodgers were getting killed 6-1, made it 5-6. They didn't win that game, but they made it a lot closer than it was. And Teoscar Hernandez again comes through with two men on base and makes up for that awful, awful right field display in the second inning. And then he was 0 for 3 going into the at bat, and he had struck out all three times, I believe. And Christopher Sanchez, the Philly starter tonight, dealing. Dodgers did get to him though, and they were able to get him out of the game. Got a couple guys on, and then Kike Hernandez. We can go here. It's amazing. This guy, just the calendar flips to October, and he just shows up when it matters the most. Phillies have all the momentum. Dodgers have already left a bunch of guys on base. And then he comes through and rips a double down the left field line and two runners score. Incredible. Incredible. Shohei Ohtani today was good. He was good. I mean, he was good. He was great, but now he didn't get any help from Teoscar Hernandez in the second inning there. I think it could have been 1-0 or 2-0 Phillies, but still, after he got touched up in the second inning a little bit, who got the base? Marsh got the base hit. I think there was a walk in there too, and then of course JT split the gap and hit a 2-run triple. He was able to settle down after that. They did give up a sacrifice fly to Bader, but still got an out. And then after that, he was still able to calm you down and give the Dodgers length, is which what the Dodgers are going to lean on in this postseason from their starters. And he was still able to go sixth inning and strike out 9 Philly batters, including the top of the order of Turner, Schwarber, and Harper. So Shohei Ohtani in his first postseason start, he was good. He was good. He was good. And hopefully, with the Dodgers taking this one game, hopefully this is the only time we see him in this series as a starter. But this Philly team is still good, and I think they're gonna bounce back and find a way here. But just keep going along with other stuff in the game. Tyler Glasnow, big shout out to him. He was able to come into the seventh inning after the big Teoscar home run and keep the momentum on the Dodgers side. He was able to get a big double play from Castellanos. Um, and then he was able to get the first two outs, I think, in the eighth inning. Or I think he got one out, and then he loaded the bases. Loaded the bases up, and then Dave Roberts goes to his top reliever and Alex Vesia with the bases loaded, and it was supposed to be Brandon Marsh's spot in the order, but then obviously the Phillies matched it with Sosa. They wanted the lefty righty matchup, and on a 1-1 pitch, Vesia throws a fastball, and it's a fly out to Pages in center field, and he keeps the bases loaded and keeps the Dodgers in front. And then Roki Sasaki, once again, shutting the door and giving the Dodgers the game-1 victory. Wasn't as easy as it was against the Reds a couple nights ago. He did give up a double on not a bad pitch, by the way. I want to make that very clear. The left-handed batter, I forget who it was. I think it was Max Kepler. I think that's who it was. He threw his splitter. He left it up in the zone outside of the plate, and he just got his bat on it, and he was able to get it over into the right field corner for a double. So, but he was still able to get JT Realmuto on a nasty splitter that dropped back into the zone. And then he was able to get the last two outs, and the Dodgers were able to secure the victory. So this is a good Dodger win. And you saw the strategy of how the Dodgers are going to have to win these games in the postseason. You're going to have to get as much as you can out of your starting pitchers. And then you're going to have to go to another starter, either Sheehan or Glasnow, to get somewhere between 3 to 5 outs. And then you'll go to your top reliever, Vesia, and hopefully that he can finish it, or you give it to Sasaki and he can close it out for you. But that's how the way the Dodgers played this game, and Dave Roberts, give him credit, pushed all the right buttons again today. Managing the pitching stuff. So hats off to him, and the Dodgers get game 1. So there you go. But what a win. What a win. Yeah, it didn't look like it was going to be the Dodgers' night. They had left a bunch of guys on base. The Phillies had a big inning in the second inning. Didn't do anything after that. But you had the Philly crowd that was into it. Obviously, they were going crazy. They were loud, as they should be, and how, Philly operates there in Red October at the bank. But the Dodgers never got out of control. They stayed within their game. They knew that they were going to get their opportunity, and sure enough, it happened in the 6th and 7th inning. And Dodgers steal game 1 in Philadelphia. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. They stole this game. 3-0. Phillies had a 3-0 lead. Christopher Sanchez is dealing. And this is the thing, I think, if you're a Phillies fan, that you should be most concerned about. Shohei Ohtani, which had an awful game at the plate, by the way, today. He was guessing in between pitches. He struck out 4 times today. He was 0 for 4 with 4 strikeouts and a walk. He had a walk off of Duran in the 9th inning. Mookie Betts and Shohei Ohtani win a combined 0 for 9 tonight. 0 for 9. And the Dodgers still won the game. That's got to be concerning if you're a fan of the Philadelphia Phillies. Because you're not going to keep Mookie Betts off the skid forever, and you're definitely not going to keep Shohei Ohtani from doing that again. So that should be real concerning if you're the Phillies, and that should make you feel good if you're a Dodger fan. Hey, the Dodgers were able to get contributions from other people in the lineup. Freddie had a big base hit that got the Dodgers off the skid in the 2nd inning, and then he got a big walk in the 6th that led to the Kike Hernandez 2-run double. Other guys doing it. Tommy Edman had a base hit that kept the inning alive, and then obviously Teoscar Hernandez and Kike delivering with big hits too. So Shohei Ohtani, I trust that Shohei and Mookie are going to show up in this series, but it's got to be real deflating if you're a Phillies fan that you were able to keep Mookie and Freddie from doing anything in this ballgame and you still lost the game. That's crazy to me. And if you want to look at one of the big reasons why the Dodgers were able to win this game also, kept the top 3 at bay. Trey Turner, Kyle Schwarber, Bryce Harper. Didn't do anything. Really didn't do anything today. I think Harper had a big 2-out base hit in the bottom of the eighth there that kept the Dodgers from keeping it a clean inning for Glasnow. So, but you got a lot of Philly fans right now that are upset with Rob Thompson for some of the decisions he made in the bullpen, and upset at the top three guys in the order again. Turner, Schwarber, and Harper. No shows tonight in game one. So, again, I do think they're going to show up in this series. It's not, they're just not going to go quiet. And it's the same thing with Shohei Ohtani. It kind of almost evens itself out, But at least the Dodgers won the game by keeping Schwarber, Harper, and Turner from really doing anything to hurt you. The Phillies lost this game, and you got nothing out of Ohtani and Betts. That's got to be concerning. But Dodgers get a big freaking win in Philadelphia, man. Big win. They get the one that they needed. Because obviously the Dodgers did not have home field advantage in this series, and Philadelphia is a tough place to play. It's a tough place to play, and all the Dodgers had to do was just get one of these games and come back home with a split. It changes. It changes when you win game one like the way you did. You have a day off tomorrow, and then you got Blake Snell going on Monday. I feel pretty good about my chances here, and I think if you're the Dodgers, got to get greedy here. And obviously, it doesn't matter. But it doesn't matter who the opponent is and where you go to play. But if you can take both games in Philly, holy shit, what a job by this Dodger team. But you got to get greedy now. Got to get greedy. Blake Snell taking the ball game two, and I think you're going to get better performances out of the top of the order in Shohei and Mookie. But fantastic game. This team has shown you, and they showed you again last season when they won the World Series. If you're going to beat this Dodger team, you're going to have to play all 27 outs. You're going to have to play all 27 outs. And if you're going to keep the Dodgers, within 2 or 3, there's a good chance the Dodgers are going to come back and win the game. They led the majors, and they said it on the broadcast today. They led the majors in comeback wins this season. And they did it again in game one tonight to get a 5-3 win over the Philadelphia Phillies. But, man, what a game. Whew, man. That's postseason baseball for you right there, man. That's your heart's in your throat, your chest is pounding. And I was so nervous when Glasnow came into the 7th inning. I was really nervous when the bases were loaded and Alex Vesia was coming into the game. Not that, Vesia is like our most trusted reliever, obviously, but he's had a rough go of it too this year, along with everybody else in the bullpen. That's why the Dodgers have to get creative like this. That's why they have to put Tyler Glasnow in the 7th and 8th inning, because they just don't trust their guys in the bullpen right now. Now, they are going to have to, at some point, put them in and be ready, because you can't always go, to your starters. Like, for example, if there is a game 4, Glasnow would be penciled in to start that game. So, again, you're not going to use him in game 2, and you're definitely not going to use him in game 3. So, you're going to have to get as much as you can out of your starting pitchers, because this bullpen, you will see guys like Blake Trinan, dare I say Tanner Scott. You're going to see some of these guys, I think, in this series. But Dodgers have the day off tomorrow, and this is a good reset for both teams, that they're going to have all their top guys available again on Monday. So, if the Dodgers have a lead like that again in the 9th inning, I think you're going to see Roki Sasaki again. I really think you are. And if the Phillies, definitely, if they have a lead or they have to keep it from getting out of hand, you're going to see Duran in there again. So, Dodgers get a big win in Philadelphia. They steal game 1, and they now lead the best of 5, 1-0. What a win. What a win. What a day. I've been watching playoff baseball all day. I got to see the Brewers beat the shit out of the Cubs today. And then I watched, what did I watch? And then I saw the Blue Jays beat the crap out of the Yankees today. And obviously the Dodgers got their win today. Now after this, I'm going to go back upstairs and finish this Mariners-Tigers game. So, What a day of playoff baseball. Thank God we have the day off tomorrow just to kind of reset, enjoy your NFL Sunday, enjoy the American League side of the division series. But the momentum's on the Dodgers side right now, and they have to keep it going into game two. A lot of confidence. A lot of confidence in that Dodger clubhouse, man, especially after you get game one in a hostile environment like Philadelphia, and you got Blake Snell going in game two. What a win. The Dodgers have done this. This is not the first time they've done this. They've had some memorable game one. They've had some memorable moments in game one of postseason series the last couple of years. Obviously, the Teoscar 3-run home run in tonight's game one. You had Shohei and Teoscar going deep twice in game one of the wild card series a couple nights ago against Cincinnati. Obviously, Freddie Freeman's heroics in game one against the Yankees in the World Series, the walk-off grand slam. And then last year against the Padres, Shohei's big 3-run home run and tie the game. Teoscar, Dodgers come back and win that game as well. So the Dodgers have had some very fun come-from-behind wins in game ones of these postseason series. So hopefully on Monday we can see the Dodgers with a lead all the way through. Because I'm telling you right now, yeah, the Philly fans are going to be into it Monday night, because basically if they lose their game, their season's over. Like, their season is on the line Monday night. They have to come out here. They have to win 2 games in LA instead of having to just win 1 to bring it back for a deciding game 5 in Philadelphia. But if the Dodgers score first in game 2, that stadium is going to get so tight and so quiet. So, Dodgers, you got to score first in game 2, in my opinion. But, hey, the Dodgers showed tonight that they don't have to score first. Doesn't matter. They could come back and win anyways. But there you go. Dodgers win game 1. What a win. What a start to this division series. We'll see you on Monday. Adios.